Hello and welcome back. Susan Zumo here, intuitive and originator of Soul Patterning Harmonics. Thank you so much to everyone who watches these videos. I hope you share them or share the information that you hear that resonates with you with others so that they can benefit as well. I'm sorry to have to remind you to like, share, ring the notification bell, but you know all that has to be done when we're on this platform. So I appreciate every single one of you, and I'm so glad that you're here and that we're connected. So June frequencies. Say yes to change is what they said. The other thing they said is the battle is heating up. So everything is heating up, not only the weather, but all the battles going on right now. The Galactics were very clear to say not the wars, not the politics. They are heating up. Elections are heating up. Local politics are heating up. The economy is heating up. And people are heating up. These are not where we need to focus at the moment, which sounds very counterintuitive, doesn't it? What I was given was, yes, everything around us is heating up. And June is going to be a month where the battle heats up. And the battle is for your free will. They were very clear when they talked to me. They said, the battle is for your soul. The battle is for your free will and whether or not you're going to give it away or whether or not you're going to hold on to it. And so they said that we are at decision points now. And I know they've talked about decisions before and making informed decisions and listening to the inner self when making a decision. They said, now is the time to pay strict attention to all your decisions. All the decisions that we will be making during the month of June are centered around maintaining our own free will and sovereignty or giving it away. They said, there are minor decision points and greater decision points at this time. And it is up to us to choose, to decide. And we can absolutely do that. The options that they gave me were to decide to stay the same, to not change at all, and to pretend that nothing is happening. That's a decision. That's a change point. Because even if we decide not to do anything and to stay the same and to pretend that nothing's happening, it's still a decision. And it still will have consequences that will follow for us. Because we know that nothing stays the same. So all we're doing is choosing resistance to change, right? They said, say yes to change. Don't resist change. Determine for yourself what that change will look like and how it will transpire for you. Be willing to change. How many times have I said this and how many times have I heard it? My favorite mantra is, I am ready, willing, and able to change now. So accept change. The other option is to just give up and give all your decisions away to someone else. That's a decision. That's a decision point that will bring us to a place of expecting others to fix it, expecting others to ruin it, and there is absolutely no empowerment when we give it all up and give it to someone else. As an intuitive, as a teacher, I never want anyone to give up their free will or their choice to me. I don't want that responsibility. It's not mine. And so embrace that. Don't give it up. Don't say, oh, I give up. Nothing I can do. It's going to be what it's going to be. I'm just going to let it all go. That's great. But who are you giving it up to? You want to make sure you're giving your power to something higher than self, right? So if you want to surrender to your soul, That's absolutely fantastic, but don't surrender to another person. Nobody knows you better than you and your soul. Nobody knows what's right for you more than you do. Everybody I've ever talked to, in every reading I've ever done, knew exactly what was wrong, and they also know exactly what they needed to fix it. They just didn't know how. And so, what we always talked about were techniques and tips on how to embrace change, how to create forward movement, how to connect with soul self. That's empowerment. And that's what we have if we will choose it and embrace it. We can also choose to have a different experience. We can choose to take control of ourselves. We can choose to take control of our emotions. We can choose to be in control of our lives. And we can choose not to allow others to take our power or to give it to them freely. We can choose to say no when we don't agree, and we can choose to say yes when we do. Unfortunately, we have confused politeness with giving away our power. It is not polite to give away your power and to be silent when you know that this is not right for you. Now, they said, is the time to speak up and to speak out. Now is the time to speak your truth, knowing that if you do not, you have given your power away. It's not about being polite. It's not about not being mean or pushy. It's about honoring self and giving self permission to be who you are and to make the choices that you feel are right for you. And so they said, put your foot down with yourself and determine that you will honor self and vocalize self and support self in the decisions that you feel are right. Right now, we are being asked to surrender to others who wish to be in control of us. This is what June is going to be all about. Do you want to give your power and your choices away to others and hope that they're going to do well by you, even though you may know they're not? Do you want to take control of yourself and determine your path and determine the life that you choose to live? Do you want to take control of your own emotions and determine how you will react to the events that happen in your life? We call this greater awareness. To be aware of who you are and to be aware of the choices that you've made and to know that they can be shifted and they can be changed. So I love a saying that I heard many, many years ago. I can't even remember who said it, but they said, you can work your way into anything. It's how do you get out of it? When you make a choice to give your power away, to give your free will away, and to give your ability to choose away to someone else, that decision can be made in a moment. And then it may take days, months, years, centuries to get it back. And so we are being asked in this month to be conscious of our decisions and our free will choices, because decisions that are made in a moment may take years to regain back. Be careful about who you give your power to. I would say don't give it to anybody. Hold on to it because it's yours. And yes, it is yours to give away. You can be in cooperation and in relationship with any person or any institution without giving your power away. And the way that you do that, they showed me, was a beautiful throat chakra. It is the way to communicate who you are. It is to not be silent and to voice who you are in a harmless manner. Advocating for self does not have to mean harming someone else. And this is a confusion that we have on the planet right now. We've been taught and we've been groomed to understand that in order for me to get what I need and want, I have to take it from someone else. And that's a fallacy. There is no need to take something from someone else to make me feel better. There is no need to feel depleted because someone else has more. There is enough for everyone. And in this month of June, we are being asked to remember that we can tap into an abundant universe, that all resources are within us, and that it is not necessary to grab resources from someone else in order to fulfill our own needs. This is another choice point that we will find ourselves in the month of June. What is your belief? Do you believe that if someone has more than you, they have to give it to you? That you deserve it from them? Or do you believe that because someone has more than you, then you can have more too? Sometimes it's just a matter of learning what they did, learning how they accomplished that within self so that you can do it too. We do not make ourselves feel better through comparison and making others feel less. That's temporary, and that's very much 3D and lower frequency. Our higher selves, our guides, our guardians, our galactic brothers and sisters, they do not advance in their soul growth by making us feel less than them. They know that this is not the way, and now we have to know it too. We can afford growth and spiritual development and emotional expansion for everyone without having to take from someone else in order for them to get it. So if you want to know how to do that, and you want to learn some steps to do that, I would invite you to come into one of my classes or schedule an appointment. Find a good astrologer. Find an intuitive that you resonate with. Connect with your inner self, soul source. Those are your best resources. Listen. Listen to your intuition, which is the voice of your soul. And rather than looking towards someone else to give you what you don't have, find it within self. Because once you look to someone else to give it to you, they've won the battle. They have won the battle for your free will, and for some, the battle for your soul. It is very easy to sign that away. If you will look back at any story, any folk tale in which someone makes a deal with the devil and they sign their soul away, you know how much trouble they have to go through to get it back. And some of them never do. There are people in celebrity and in the world right now who are talking about having signed away their free will and their power, and what it has done to them, and what it has meant for them. And while they may have prospered in the 3D world, it is killing them inside. There are many examples of this. People who stand in their integrity may suffer in 3D, and they may not, but they sleep very well at night. And they progress in their soul growth. No one ever in the end feels good about going against what they know is right for themselves. And you can do that through loving self and being kind and loving to others. One is not exclusive from the other. You can be empowered, you can advocate for self, and you can make choices that are good for you without them being harmful to others. That comes from intent. And intent goes a long way in getting us what we want and what we need and how that happens for us. So in the month of June, be very aware of the battles that are going on outside of self and inside self. and make your choice points, your decision points, your event points consciously, so that as they reverberate forward and in all directions, you're at peace with yourself and your decisions. So until next week, I want you to think about the things that we've been given and make some decisions within self. Feel into your choice points. Determine that you will not give your power away. You will not give your free will away, whether it's to a war or a politician or an economic pundit or whoever it is, even if it's an intuitive or an astrologer. Feel what feels right for you and make your choices from there. Do not give your free will away. You will have lost the battle if you do that, and I don't want to see that for you. So again, if there's anything I can do to assist, reach out. I'm happy to help. In the meantime, I'll see you next week with another video and another message. Again, I wish each and every one of you many, many blessings and self-empowerment.